Two longtime writers from The Late Show with Stephen Colbert have started a podcast. They're talking about anything and everything.
That's kind of the Pimp My Ride thing, right? Everyone had to sell their cars because they couldn't afford the insurance on these preposterous cars.
What has actually happened is you have ruined my life.
Yeah.
I had a car, you took it, and you made it completely undrivable.
Your ride, pimped. Life, ruined. But you can't deny that your ride is pimped.
Often what a pimp
Hi.
does.
That's but also with Michael and Asher, the dynamic duo are here with us. Michael Cruz Kayne and Asher Perlman.
That's the kind of topical stuff you'll get. Pimp My Ride retrospectives.
Right,
You guys remember Pimp My Ride?
I am 1,000 years old, yes.
With exhibits.
We're prepared to unpack every show that was popular in 2001.
Thank you for doing
What was
this.
the bus
Party
one?
of
What's the
five.
bus one?
Hit my bus.
Next. Hit by a bus, is that what you said?
Hit by a bus, yes. That's what happens after you pimp
Short-lived show.
it. You pimp it, then you run in front of it.
Really difficult show to cast.
How do you get anything done in your podcast?
We get very little done.
Yeah.
Nothing productive happens. It's just people talking about whatever we want, I guess.
Yeah.
That's nice. I think that's the point. I think it's
so
just
That's kind of what this is.
Yeah, we don't know what we're doing.
You have no clue.
You
You're
guys-
just having a blessed time.
But you have the credentials. You have the comedic chops and the credentials to have done this, so it's fine. Thank you for wearing socks, by the way, today. Asher.
Yeah, it was my
Appreciate
pleasure.
that.
I really wanted to go out of my way to.
Yeah, last time I was on here, you roasted my
jacket.
No, you
The
had
jacket.
a gorgeous jacket.
Thank you. And this is actually kind of a fine. This jacket's also fine, I think.
I liked the other jacket.
Okay,
I was
well-
just mentioning that you wore it.
I did wear a lot. It was accurate. It was
I
true.
have so many fragile male egos right here that I don't even know what to do with
We're going to
myself.
start people crying in 5 seconds.
Okay, you two met. I joke.
Yeah, no, it's
actually.
real. No.
You two met
At the
on
Late
Tinder.
Show.
The Late Show.
Yes.
Tinder.
Grindr.
Gracious,
It's
our
Grindr.
wives.
The Tinder of TV, The Late Show.
Yes, we met as writers at the Late Show, and then after the show ended, we wanted a way to just hang out
Yeah.
and still talk about the news and whatever else and
Yeah.
decompress, and so that's what we're doing.
It's a market. There's a lot of podcasts. A lot of people bought microphones and were like, I'm going to say something poignant and funny.
Really?
Yeah.
That's terrible news for us. How
Right,
many
but
are there?
How do 7?
That's okay.
How do you guys for lack of a better word, penetrate the market?
Oh, I would say we're not at this point. You feel like there's anything we do that's different?
I would say the #1 strategy we have is appearing on Pix 11.
Well,
that is, yeah.
For us,
Hello?
that's the big move. The big move is us trying to be on. If we can get on Pix 11, if
Right.
you guys know someone who could make that happen for
No,
us, that'd
definitely.
be huge.
Then
And you know what the future is? Television. Forget the podcast. It's all about TV.
it's all about
TV is going
OTT.
podcast.
Great. It's going
It's all about
great.
OTT.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all about Sunday night at
Newspapers.
7 p.m.
But what's OTT?
Never mind.
It's over the top.
Over the
name-
I
top.
don't know.
But also
Yeah.
is the name.
It's called But Also with Michael and Asher. Is the full.
is
It's,
the,
it's
this-
government
That's the
name.
whole spiel. That's just. It's
Yeah, I don't know
government.
how. Why is my name first?
I honestly think that you said it once like that, and then you were very gracious. So he said it, and then he was very gracious and said we could switch it, and I said, no, it's okay.
That's
Two-
the kind of partner you want.
Two gracious guys.
Yeah.
We could also call it that.
Do you Venmo him when you guys go out on dates?
I requested, but we didn't agree ahead of time. I'm in the 0%. though.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to. I'm going to say it's okay to Venmo request after.
Really?
I'm saying that's fine.
Under what circumstances?
Yes.
Well, like if it didn't go well. We had a bad
That's
day.
what I said.
I'm
It's
not
a
having.
refund.
I had a terrible time.
Yeah.
And I paid for a
So-
lot of stuff.
So
So
pay up.
yeah,
Please.
let's even this out
Yeah.
so that we can dispel any bad feelings from afterwards. I'll remember this as a break even.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because
I
you'll hold a
like that.
grudge. If it's a bad date, you spend a lot, you're going to hold a grudge, and you're
Yeah.
going to have to go through therapy.
And I'm going to spread the word of it. You don't want to go on a date with
You're
this
going to give
person.
her
You're
bad Yelp reviews.
Put that person
exactly
on
right.
that
blast.
person.
Ideally, wouldn't you settle that at the time the bill comes?
But I'm a coward. It's
Oh, I see.
I would want to do it. I would want to do it later.
Right.
I
Yeah.
can't do it face to face.
Why is it ideally? Ideally. I would also would pay for it.
No, I'm very scared of confrontation, but afterwards I can sort of facelessly behind
Yes.
my
Thing.
Troll.
my phone.
Your phone.
Troll.
I can troll.
This is also very funny because both of us have been with our wives for at least a decade
Yeah.
each. So
Yeah.
the Venmo literally didn't exist
Didn't
when we were going on
exist.
dates.
But did you pay for the first date?
I did actually.
I'm not even sure. I don't know when our first date was. We sort of
Through glass.
just was around long enough that it gradually eroded. You know what I mean? I was just a guy who was still there.
I love
you know
that.
What I mean?
I love
so
that.
I don't know when it crossed over from hanging out to going on dates.
Last Thursday.
One day she's gonna be mine.
Did your husband pay for your first date?
This one.
Sure, yeah. This
Yes, sorry.
This most recent one.
Yeah,
Yes,
let's go with
yes,
this one.
he did, and he's still like, actually, I did the, and this is traditionally a female role, not because I like to live in the gray area, but I did the, let me.
You did the fake
you
reached.
You reached for
and
it.
he
Yeah, no, it's the
laughed.
worst.
He laughed. He was like, "You need to stop faking putting
Yeah.
up a front."
You don't
'cause
even have money in there.
He was like, "You have a lip gloss and your
no,
phone."
there's no
and
money.
It's like bubble gum and soup or something.
Barnes & Noble gift card?
Yeah, no. Blockbuster Video. I love the guys that go, "You sure? Okay."
Yeah.
It's like, wait, I didn't have a chance to say.
Yeah.
No. Go
It's no
ahead.
problem. I'll see you later.
Sure. Yes, we have a live show to
The
talk
live show.
about. Talk about
Michael
your
and
live show.
Asher try everything.
Yes.
Yeah, it's monthly at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, which we love. Once a month, we try everything. Well, we don't try it all in one show, but over the course of the run, we will have tried everything.
We've tried a lot. We've tried magic. We tried mime. We tried synchronized swimming, I think is the next one.
Yes,
Is
that's
it
the-
going to be at a pool?
Well, no, we have to be creative with how we do it because our budget, I would say, is give or take like 0.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he's rounding up.
Right.
So we have to figure out how to do it.
But we've tried to find a creative way. We ask the audience what we should try next time,
Yeah.
and whatever they say, we find a way to do it.
So you have no idea what they're going to throw at you.
Not only do I have no idea what they're going to throw at me, as you're saying this, I have no idea when our next show is.
No, everything's improv.
In my
Wait,
mind,
I know
thought-
what it is. I know what
You
it
do?
is.
It's all spontaneous.
I know it's at the end of the month. I want to say the 28th. If that's a Saturday, it's the 28th.
If you're at home right now, why don't you go ahead and just Google us, use Google,
Right.
and find
And then
out when our
call
show
in.
is, and then come.
They're not
straight.
at home. They're in prison.
This is only showing in
They're
prisons.
watching from the commissary.
But you're welcome for being your publicist and marketing team to bring
Yep.
more awareness
Yeah.
to your,
Thank you.
to
That's
your
huge for us.
podcast,
Thank you so
'cause
much.
If we could do that,
Yeah.
then we
we should have you guys on the podcast.
Please don't.
Would you ever?
I mean, if you want to,
100%.
it'd be like falling asleep.
Yes.
Oh my God.
No.
It'd be like-
Commit on air. We're live, right?
Yep, yeah.
Commit on air. Would
Yes.
you do the podcast?
Yes.
Yep.
It's
Incredible.
happening. It's happening.
That's what we're doing.
We're
gonna
getting
do-
a hard rap, and you better redact that statement.
Yeah. You better.
Someone's in your ear saying absolutely
just,
not,
like,
absolutely
do
not,
not
absolutely
go.
not.
Do
But
not
also
do
with
it.
Michael and Asher is out now wherever you get your podcast.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much for being here.
Sure.